Hello and Happy New Year. This is Melton Guy. This is my first podcast on the first day of the year, and I'm wishing you a Happy New Year, but I'm really saying I hope that we can eke out a new year that might be happy for us in the end. Now, there are a lot of things going on, and I'm not pulling any punches. If you haven't noticed or haven't made some assumptions and conclusions by now about Donald Trump, about what he's doing, what he's going to do, what he says he's going to do, and how crazy and stupid the man is acting, then you're not paying attention and you do not want to know. It's either racism, number one, apathy, ignorance, just downright complacency, or all of the above that keeps you from seeing this man for what he is. I have heard things like, until I'm tired of it, it makes me sick, about all of these things from other countries all over the world, referring to Donald Trump as the felon elected president of the divided United States of America. Other countries are saying that about us. And it's all because of one person, Donald Trump. You've let Donald Trump come in with these fakers, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who, in my opinion, fall under all of these things that Trump was talking about, foreigners coming into our country. They fit into those categories. That nobody seemed to notice that. But I'm going to tell you something. I have heard so many commentators from different parts of the country, and the things they say about a question that was asked that stuck with me because it applied to me. And the question was, how did the people of America let this man get elected president the first time, let alone this time as a convicted felon, and promising the things that he's going to do? It's all about retaliation because Donald Trump cannot stand to be defeated. He still will not concede that he lost in 2020. It makes no difference to me whether he does or not. I know that he did. The facts are there that he did lose in 2020. And how? We saw this man do what he did, conspire to overthrow this country on January the 6th, and you can damn well sit back and call it anything you want to. But that's what he tried to do. And it had not been for the hero of the day, and that is the Vice President, Mike Pence, the hero of the day, I will say that. He saved America on that day. But we, after that, on November the 5th, I'm saying we, including me, although I did not vote for Donald Trump, would never even consider it. We, Americans, let this demagogue, this fascist, this pig of a human being become the president-elect, and now to become the president on January the 20th of a very, very divided nation. And not just in 50-50. No, there are factions all over. This man has caused havoc all over our country and all over the world. Now, I want you to look at what's happening. Canada is not our neighbor to the north. Canada is family. Always have been. They're people that we love, that love us. And we cross our boundaries free of a burden, and they are our friends. They are family. My God, what's he doing to us? And then Mexico. Mexico's never been a problem to us. Donald Trump made it a problem by weaponizing the idea of all these illegal immigrants coming in and taking over the country. And MAGA right behind him. believing every little word that he said. And now this is how he misconstrues things. This is how he gets you. And if you believe it, you're full of shit, really. You belong to that racist, ignorant, complacent, apathetic group that I mentioned earlier. This thing in New Orleans, where this man drove into a crowd and killed 10 people as it stands last time I heard. Donald Trump immediately said, shows you I was right. I tried to tell Biden, I tried to tell the left, the liberals, about what's happening, about these people coming in. This man was born and raised in Texas. And someone responded by saying, well, at least he's there taking care of the business. Biden was probably still reeling from his partying, which is a lie. Biden came out just to let them know how much we were behind them in New Orleans. He waited for facts, which Donald Trump creates. Donald Trump creates his own facts. He's done that since 2016. He did it in 2020. He did it in 2024. He's doing it today. And I'm going to tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you this, Americans, patriots. I want to tell you this. If you are so stupid at this point to believe in this man, to bow down to him the way you have in the past, then I can only say that you're stupid enough to lose this country. And I really feel sorry for having to say that. But I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm telling you like it is. I'm telling you what you see and won't own up to. What the world sees and you won't own up to. I do not know. I am so tired of people walking up to me and said, oh, I wish I could get my vote back. And it not only happened a few dozen times, it has happened many times. There are institutions out there that back Trump and now are saying, what did we do? We made a mistake. Unions that are doing the same thing. Well, I'm here to tell you people, it's on you. It is on you. I don't want to hear it again. If I hear another one come up to me and say, I wish I could get my vote back, I believe I will scream like I'm kind of doing right now. I'm going to tell you something. Here's the bottom line. Everything you think you know or know about Donald Trump right now and have made you think that you made a mistake, anything you know right now was there on November the 4th of 2024. So don't come to me like, well, I didn't know, because you're a liar. You did know. You did know and just would not accept it. It's been lamb blasted what this man is. This man is a convicted felon. What he did to E. Jean Carroll is unforgivable. Yet you that voted for Donald Trump, you forgave him. It is unforgivable how he mishandled funds to create a fraud that put money in his pocket from the state of New York and other places too. And you know as well as I do he's done this. It is a shame and it's unforgivable. But you who voted for Donald Trump, who supported him, you forgave him. So what I am thinking is this man, who is a piece of crap, I'm saying it just like I think it, like I believe it, like you would see it if you just paid attention, opened your mind up a little bit, and quit believing the lies about the left, about liberals. There has been a propaganda effort since the election of Bill Clinton over George Bush that started way back then, but has really flourished since 2016. to make liberalism a dirty word, to make the left a bunch of thieves and, as some has called, child molesters. You know, heard one congressman refer to the left, the Democrats, as pedophiles. How do you accept that? A whole faction of our country, and they're sitting there in public in front of cameras saying this about him. Now, I will call Donald Trump a fascist because I can prove it. You could too. You know it as well as everybody in this country. But if you can't see it, let me assure you, the rest of the world is seeing it. And we are the laughing stock. And it's beginning to look like with this thing going on with Mexico, this thing going on with Panama, this thing going on with Canada. Canada's even checking on their military because in response to Trump, are there enough of you out there that agree that you want to take Canada and make it our 51st state? In reality? How preposterous is that? And going to conquer Panama. And do not be misled, because Donald Trump knows nothing about the contract that the United States had with Panama. When all this was taking place and the Panama Canal was being built, he doesn't understand one thing about it. All he knows is trying to exert his power. But you know what? In saying all of this, of what he's doing to Panama, what he's saying about Mexico, what he's saying about Canada, I am not afraid of Donald Trump. He does not scare me in the least. Because my message for the new year, and why I said I hope you can find happiness this year, my message is this: I am not afraid of Donald Trump. I am not afraid of MAGA. But basically, Donald Trump does not scare me. The people who went to the polls and voted for Donald Trump scare the hell out of me. They are the ones I'm talking to. And if you're one of those listening, you are the one I'm talking to. You're foolhardy, and you're letting Donald Trump, a piece of crap fascist, one of the worst men in our history, you're letting this man, two-time felon, lead us down a path that's going to destroy this country. If we don't begin to just see, the first step is to try to see. So no, I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. Someone asked me the other day, have you had your life threatened? Of course. But that doesn't scare me either. What really scares me is those that warn me. They warn me. This is a warning. Well, I don't care. You can warn me all you want to. You can threaten my life. I pay little attention to it. As someone said, and I can't remember which one was, one of the commentators said, this is the hill on which I stand, and it's the hill on which if I have to die, I'll die on this hill. Because Donald Trump is the worst leader that I have seen in my lifetime. And as I said before, I wasn't here when Adolf Hitler was in Germany. But again, I want to tell you, I'm not afraid of Trump. I'm afraid of you. You who voted for this demagogue. You who knew what he was and didn't care. You who knew the things and the crimes he had committed and didn't care and went to the polls and voted for him and talked against the Democrats because you couldn't stand the idea of somebody other than a damn Republican get into office. Now, I've told you many times in the past, I have voted Republican. But I can't think of a one right now, other than maybe Liz Cheney, and there's a few more that are in no positions of power that I would vote for. But if you're labeled MAGA, no. If I believed in sins against God, and sins against the Lord Jesus Christ, and the things that the church holds so dearly, those who helped put this man in position, if I believed in all that, then I would believe I would be on my way to hell if I ever consorted with any type of individual known as MAGA Republican and Donald Trump. Yes, it's gotten to that. I have family I will not even associate with because of their views, and their views are racist. They know it. They know that Donald Trump is a demagogue. They just will not accept it. They voted for this man in a time when I needed them to vote another way for a particular reason, which they know, because of something Donald Trump said he was going to do that would affect my family personally and a lot of other families. And in all, they voted for this man. And that happened to many families that looked around, and family members said, "You mean you all voted for Donald Trump?" And like someone said the other day on the Midas Network, I can't remember which one it was, said there was going to be some mighty uneasy Thanksgiving, and there were going to be some empty seats at the Thanksgiving table, and there were. This is not politics. By no means, not politics. This is, just like I said before, this is the salvation of this country. And what this man has disrupted, and what he has caused, and the kind of people he has created, has left me without a church, without church. The church, which used to be one of the most important things in my life, means absolutely nothing to me, because all in all, they supported this man. At the very least, they didn't do anything to keep him out of office, and they should have. According to their own beliefs, they should have. And like I said before, when I hear people talk about Donald Trump and they vote for him because he's a man of God, because he's a Christian, if Donald Trump is a Christian, then who isn't? He has weaponized this Bible. He has weaponized the church. He has weaponized the Republican Party, MAGA, to make them MAGA. Not because he has any ideas or any plans, but because he wants power. And to this day, we really do not know exactly what he's going to do with the power that he's going to have. It's going to be a rocky year. And I fear for my family and friends, not for me. Like I say, this is the hill I'll die on. I'll never embrace anything having to do with MAGA and Donald Trump. And I base it on pure moral reasoning. Good sense. Am I saying you do not have good sense? I am saying that. If you can embrace this man, if you can embrace this party, no, you do not have good sense. So do not come around me anymore. If you're out there, if you happen to listen to this, or someone tells you about it, don't come to me anymore and say, "Man, I wish I could redo my vote." I don't want to hear about any more of these organizations that's coming out and saying we were misled. Well, you're a liar. Like I said, everything we know about Donald Trump now, we knew on November 4th and 5th. And you, the people that vote for Donald Trump, you put this man in office, and the things that are about to happen is not Trump's fault. It is your fault. And this may sound strange after what all I've just said, but I do love you. I love this country, and I do not want it to collapse. If you're a religious person, you pray for this country. If you're not a religious person, you give great thought to what's taking place and what could happen. Look around. But like I say, whatever happens, it's not Donald Trump's fault. It's not MAGA's fault. It's your fault. You who voted for Donald Trump embraced this idiocy. Embraced that tyrant. That fascist. A demagogue like we've never seen before. It's your fault because you just would not pay attention, would not listen. So what's coming? Don't blame it on Donald Trump. Don't blame it on the left. Don't blame it on MAGA. Blame it on yourself. You went to the polls and you voted for this monster. And like I say, I love you. And I hope we can find some happiness in this year to come. If you will, give me a like or a dislike. And if you will, subscribe. Whether you like my content or not, subscribe. And I'll tell you more. And I'll keep coming. But I will never relent. I'll never leave this hill. Am I a hero? Absolutely not. You might say I'm a coward because I don't want to live in a country that Donald Trump envisions. But I won't blame him. I blame you. God bless you.